Chelsea. So I've been excited about the fact that I was doing your video today once I wrote out my list and realized that it was gonna be you, right? My voice is different lately. I don't know what that's about. Whatever. So November is going to be heavy. Just know that, honey. So I was doing my own Reiki thing, and when it came time to do your session, the next video that popped up was Reiki to activate your divine feminine energy. So, we talked before about the distortion in your masculine energy. We're working on that. But it seems like we have reached a level in your feminine energy that it's time to clear out any mother wounds that you might have so that you can embrace the Empress, the glittering version of self, because it appears that both parts of your energy were damaged. So this means we will be getting into your parents and your childhood, because Scorpio season, which is when we'll be doing this, aligns with your 12th house. This is the unconscious baggage that you are carrying. Particularly, it's everybody's unconscious baggage, but particularly for you having in Scorpio, this is all your trauma, all your darkness, all your wounding that is distorting both your masculine and feminine energy, and that's sort of messing up your ability to manifest in a way that actually gets you what you want. So you've been manifesting this whole time we've been doing it. Like literally, you manifested a millionaire. All you was doing was going to like help and volunteer. You came across that. You wanted a guy that would never leave you. That is the situation that you're currently dealing with. I have no idea what El Hombre was, but it came right after you said, I don't want Thelma and Louise. I want Bonnie and Clyde. You wanted a certain type of guy. But notice that all your manifestations, you're calling the stuff in for yourself, but it's a little askew. And that is because it is being based upon the subconscious patterns of your self-worth, or what you were told or not told for that matter during your childhood. So in order to jolt all of your manifestations into the direction that you want them to go in, we gotta clear out the closet uncomfortably. So I usually don't mind going into the dark. You know, I'm like, hey, let's see what's in there, because who wants somebody getting thrown off track, right? But I've been having this issue with clients lately where they're like, how many more blocks? How much more cleaning do we have to do? And I'm like, baby, this is Earth. There is no round in Mario where he's not expecting an opponent, right? Every day that you are in the game is another day of challenges and stuff that you do in order to get to the goal that you want. And for you, it seems very much so, based on our sessions all this time, that your goal is finding a partner that matches the energy that you give out. My goal for you personally is to find a person who is a receptacle and a conduit for returning all the love that you have given out back to you, right? But this healing that we're about to do, this difficult pulling up of the weeds, right? It's going to sort of work over everything in your life. We've been hitting a wall in regards to the job thing, so much so that I was like, I gotta come see you in person, girl. We gotta do something about this, because it needs to be moved. And it's like, so much of this has nothing to do with you not wanting it physically. You do. You're like, okay, I'm open to it. I'll try it. You signed up for my astrology class. I want to actually give you the opportunity to upgrade. I sent you the Clear and Fathom Karma class, but I think you just need to be in the academy. Like, you need to be able to watch videos as many times as you want to, so that subconsciously the energy and the ideas that go through it will work in the background, so that you start doing it automated in the front ground. Because there is a block mentally for you where you tear something apart till it's not even a thing anymore. Like, this is like somebody handing you a check for $1 million and you're like, $1 million? What did I do to deserve it? Hold on, is this gonna come with some strings attached? I don't know if I deserve this. So you just slowly start ripping the check up, even though it was God trying to give you this gift for everything you've already given out. That is what I feel in your energy right now. We want you to pick up that check and glue it back together so you can take it to the bank and say, my dog ate it. Can you still cash this? That's my goal for you. And in order to do that, we got to clear out all the things that you didn't even realize were sneakily sabotaging, which is part of the theme of today's lesson for me, your life. Stealing your own money from you with things that no longer serve. So let's get down to the nitty gritty, shorty. First things first, we're going to start with my deepest, darkest deck. the dark mirror. What is the sneaky pattern lingering in your feminine energy? We're going to do feminine energy first. When we do your one-on-one session, we'll do the masculine, because I feel like I need to ask you about your relationships in some way, shape, or form. Because you need to have some aha moments based on the questions that I asked you, so that you can start unraveling these lies and these spirals that are in the back of your mind. So, what is the blockage in Chelsea's feminine energy at this time? What is the blockage in Chelsea's feminine energy keeping her from her divine self? That's an evil twin. And that's a Meghan Trainor song, My Evil Twin. But that's what I sense. Now it says today for tomorrow, which is technically procrastination, right? Self-sabotage. Another part of yourself that is holding you back from doing things that are more in alignment with what like your braver self wants to do. This part of you wants to step out, and this other one's like, no, we don't know what's out there. That's what I'm sensing off of you. Like, this is the pattern and the structure that we know, and even though we hate it, we could hate the next thing more. It's the thing that feels like it's holding you back. We don't know what's out there. But keep in mind, this might not even be in the forefront of you thinking like, no, obviously I want better things. That's what you think up here. But back here, there is fear. There is fear that is sort of lingering, like literally in your chest. How are your lungs doing? And then there are lies. Lies that you were told in your childhood. And these don't even necessarily feel like they're lies about you, shorty. Lies about life. If you were around somebody that was just naturally negative when you were growing up, and keep in mind, this is us focused on your feminine energy. This could have been your mom, could have been your auntie, could have been teachers you were around, other family members. It feels like somebody who just did not have a good outlook about life. Like, we never get what we want anyway. Every day is just a sad day. I can't wait till this is over. It just feels like I felt it in my body, how my vibration just dropped afterwards. Somebody was very, very low vibrational around you. And of course, you're an adult now. You would not have recognized that there was somebody who was consistently talking negatively about everything. So if you look up and you see a rainbow in the sky and you're happy as a child and you're like, look, it's a rainbow. This person would be like, rainbows pop up all the time. That's nothing special. That just happens. Doesn't mean anything anyway. Like that. Somebody who was literally with you all the time that was knocking out your optimistic dreams. So let's see how that changed your energy. How is that contributing to the twists and turns that are in your manifestations now? How is this block changing her life now? How is this block affecting her life at this time? I showed you earlier a card that had a girl with a bunch of black stuff in her chest, right? This one says hole in your soul. That's the emptiness that was placed in you before you even got a chance to like have your first heartbreak or anything. It's a weight, the weight of somebody else's kind of dead feminine energy just lingering around on you. So somebody was like feeding off of your energy from a young age. And I don't want to say it's your mom, but like it's feeling like maybe it was your mom. Like everything that had happened in her life had been so crappy, so that by the time she had you, she didn't even realize the stuff that she was spewing was like negative. Like she sort of fed on your life force or put her stuff on you, and it made you feel responsible or sad at an early age, and you have carried that with you ever since. You were never around somebody who was able to tell you about your own beauty, about your own gifts, about the good parts of you. It was just always handling everybody else's burdens. So you didn't have an opportunity to build your self-esteem in your feminine energy in a positive or a healthy way. The block is you're kind of carrying in a very like spiritual way your mother or whoever that dominant female figure that was around you all the times, shadow with you all the time. That's what's hanging in your subconscious. Whatever was passed down that you don't even realize was ever said to you in the first place. So let's get to how we can clear this out. And I'm going to do that with the Dark Goddess, which is ironically the opposite of the Divine Feminine, right? Because this one goes into the dark to clear out what no longer serves. But then after that, what are you given? When you light coal on fire, what does it become? That's that inflamed, divine feminine, that empowered one. So what energy does Chelsea need to embrace in order to clear out this wound to her feminine energy? This blockage. So that next time you draw a hot-ass Matthew McConaughey type dude that wants to hang out and just like is smitten with you, he won't walk away, but it won't be because of his legs. I think that's what you want. You want somebody that is there for you in that same capacity, that does not take away from what you already have. You want somebody walking literally down the same road you're going down. That means healing, getting into new, better habits, somebody to hold your hand through this process. Because I feel like Mike made you feel like a little insecure, like, oh, this dude is such a blessing, and it just made you feel even more crappy. You need somebody that's like at a sort of equal area of comeuppance, if you will, together, arise. So destruction is the card you got. Some stuff needs to be destroyed, and that's the Kali energy. So I'm going to read this one off to you, but the other ones were defense and purification. Later today, I am going to share information on energy cleanses, and you, my dear, as a part of your homework, are going to do one of those 3 every day for 21 days. We're going to clear this shit out during Scorpio season when you are perfectly aligned to get rid of the stuff that you don't even know is bothering you, and we can have a whole new energy signature in alignment by Sagittarius season. And literally all you have to do is a meditation, sit through a frequency, or take a bath and journal every day for the next 21 days. Wouldn't it be so nice to catapult yourself like eons ahead of where you are energetically, because you finally fixed the flow in your feminine energy, which is the attracting magnet. So, destruction, chaos, oh so near. Don't let change instill a fear. Stand strong and watch the old decay. A new dawn welcomes you. Hooray! By the power of the dark goddess of me, protection in place, blessed be. So, turmoil, upheaval, disorder, and confusion have been your main companions for a while. So don't be alarmed when Kali the Destroyer enters your life, for she has appeared for a good reason. Something is about to end for you, and as you look through the eyes of Kali, the illusionary, self-centered view of your reality adjusts, for she brings death to the ego. Kali has orchestrated all that has been occurring for you lately and affirms that in order to bring into something new, well, the old must be destroyed. Kali urges you to let go as you allow yourself to accept the end of certain situations or relationships. When you understand the cycles of life, of birth, death, and rebirth, the fear of change shall be no more. Change is simply a transition that is needed to escalate you further. As you allow Kali to safely escort you through any chaos and destruction, you can be assured that this ending is just a beginning. Don't give up. Keep going. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Everything happens for a reason. Release the old so the new can enter in. Walk away from harsh energies. A new relationship is waiting in the wings. Remember that everything is divinely timed. I feel like you needed to hear that, and I needed to hear that for you. But I just got the message a few days ago, and I was like, oh, we discussed that. The winter is coming. You didn't know how you were going to keep up our sessions, so on and so forth, right? And I knew you weren't going to not be like my ward in some way. Like we are like, until you were to that finish line, when you have the things that we have been working on this whole time, we're like this, sis, okay? But I'm starting the Femergetics group. That is only $111 a month, or you can pay a flat amount and then be covered for the whole time. I was going to say, hey, honey, this will be your last time paying me the $222 for our meetings like this. I would like for you to join this support group style program of mentorship. This is an upgrade. You are graduating because we are going to start building your business together. It's going to be completely different going forward, and that's perfect because we are starting during November, so they'll coincide a little bit. After you watch this, we can talk about it a bit more, but I really want you to hop into this. I feel like we are setting up dots for change out here while we're right here, so that you can just jump into this without the tower that would have been right here, because you're calling for certain things and the old stuff has to fall away in order for new stuff to begin, unless you put yourself in position to leap over that. So we are skipping steps, and we're going to do that through sacred self-care and alignment, and you taking on a new energy as you enter a group of other people who are doing the same thing you do and can sort of be like the support system that you never had in feminine energy, because the group is based on feminine energy. So, with that being said, what does Chelsea need for self-care through this transition? And the video that just popped on was a release of suppressed anger and rage. 15:15 on the clock. Make a vision board. You need something that you can see every day that is reminding you what you are taking your life from now into. Even if you don't like look at it and say like, wow, that's possible. If you look at it like, sheesh, I dream big. It doesn't matter, because every day is logging into the back of your mind that this is what you want, and your synchronicities and the opportunities that come towards you will start to align with this. Aromatherapy. You have your crystals. Do you have your scents? Do you have your plants? It feels like you need to be deeply engaged with all of that as much as you possibly can. That's where you're going to find your reset, is what I'm getting. The reset in your feminine energy, the flow, the part that takes you away from the hustle and bustle of what you have to do every day. Is literally like stop and smell the flowers. Hold the crystal, feel the frequency. Connect with earth. Now this is the reason we went through that surgery, right? All of that pain, all of that turmoil, just so you could get out in nature. But drive yourself a little further every time. If you go into the local park right now, or you're staying in the neighborhood you're in, you can even take your wheelchair friend with you. I don't remember his name. I swear I'm not being an asshole. At this moment, I don't remember. There's so much stuff in my head. But just to go out to a park that you haven't been before, so you won't be so scared about going alone, because the world is sort of wild right now, right? That was your concern. But if you go to a local park that's 15 minutes away, next time try one that's 30 minutes. And then after that, try one that's an hour. Connect with different nature. Look for those that have like aquatic features. You just want to get out there and appreciate the dang. Now, you can kind of walk way better than you did before. And as you try each small step, it'll be in alignment with the improvement of your tendons and the stuff that is healing. I think eventually you're going to surprise yourself and you might become a hiker. Don't limit what is possible for you with your mind now, because your body is changing in alignment with something way bigger than you. Last thing, just go to the doctor for the up and up. Make sure you're good, your health is in working order. And if there's anything that you find in a checkup or anything that's a difficulty, let me know, because it's all connected to the blockages in your 12th house, and those need to be cleaned out during this time while we have the sun directly beaming in there for us to send downloads through your subconscious and to pretty much clear out anything that's connected to your death, whether it's spiritually, physically, or imagine somebody dying when they're still alive because they give up hope and they just keep living through a cycle. That's the energy of the person that you spent most of your childhood time with. That's not your story, baby. Have a good day, Chels.